Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. You're here with Morris. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good day. And at the end of the last part, we just come out, finally made it to Archades. Come out of the XII Cave Palace, the final area before we actually get to the big city, Archades. And we're not even in it yet. We're in the old busted up area of it. And here's a merchant, and I come over here not because I want anything, but because I do want to sell everything. To get some money, which we're no doubt going to spend all off. Probably within the next half an hour, if I had to guess. I don't even know what I have on me. It's all pretty good, though. 25 quality hides. I'm surprised this guy has the money to even buy this stuff off me. Got 12 quality pelts. Look at this. Are we going to break 100 grand here? Look at this. Oh, it's gorgeous. Take 14 maggoty fleshuses. Take many pebbles also, which I for some reason have. Ah, lovely. I'm a rich man. I'm not surprised more bizarre goods are now available. Are there any more of those? No, I was looking for more grimoires, but I guess there are none. Right, what do you even have to buy? I guess I'll buy one Prince's Kiss, and there you go. Now we're even. So yeah, let's move on, shall we? So we need to get into the main city, and it's not that hard, really. Pretty linear, nothing too exciting around here. I think all the chests in this area actually contain knots of rust. Most of the time, anyway, yeah. So, nothing that we're likely to miss out on. Plenty of people knocking around. There's a bit of hustle and bustle around here. Nothing too exciting, though. In fact, this is probably the most exciting thing. The Moogle's 8. You know what? I'm not going to single that. But look at that. That's like a show on all day. Oh, give me that knot of rust. Ah, 5 gil. It's about the same worth, I'd say. Alright, now I think there is a character around here that you may want to speak to. I can't actually remember which one it is. Arcadian Volga. It's Beasley. Don't think you can look down on me. I'm saving McGill to get out of here and up there. Why, I've got a bag full of coin to put aside already. That is, I had a bag full of coin. Till someone come along and stole it. I'm sure it'd be safe as houses in that barrel too. Why don't you just keep it on you, dude? That seems much safer. Oh, my dog's barking again. Good stuff. I'm not even going to mute the mic this time, so there'll be no accidents like last time. Alright, give me a second. Okay, and the mic is definitely on. Haha, you see, learning from past mistakes at last. It's almost as if my dog knows when I'm recording and does everything he can to interrupt. Let's talk to this guy also. He's a worried grandson. I don't even think this is the right guy. My grand's got me worried. Well, whatever. I don't need to know about that stuff. What about you? Lucky man. Psst, I'll tell ye a secret, but it stays between us two, right? I spied something incredible just now. What wouldn't you like to know? It was a bag of coin, just thrown in a barrel it was. With a hood like that, the city'll be me oyster. Now don't go telling anyone, you hear? I'll tell no one. I don't know why you would suddenly tell me, honestly. You've just met me. I didn't even greet you. So yeah, all this will become clear. Why we're actually doing this. We just gotta first we just gotta try and get into the city. Then we'll worry about the rest. It's more complicated than it sounds, unfortunately. Ah, precious save, Crystal. Didn't even need to do that, but it just feels good to touch it, you know? Entering the capital, you have credentials? I certainly have. Well, I don't see any. We can't just throw open our gates to you Volgas, you know. Especially not the lion kind. Away with you. Well, 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 there's a sight for sore eyes. Didn't think I'd be seeing you again, not here. Oh, wonderful. Enter the street ear. A pirate would do well to smile, wouldn't want to sour his reputation. I could have voiced this guy. You know this guy? An old friend. He's a street ear, a peddler of rumor and hearsay by the name of Jules. He'd bite a gill given him by his own mother and shave it by half to pay for a funeral. Sometimes an ear with a tight purse string's the order of the day, like when a pirate decides he fancies going up in the world. To the city you know a way? In Archades, knowledge is power, and power has a way of opening doors, boy. Now a fool will buy a sack of feathers for his pillow, but a wise man, he'll buy the whole stinking cockatrice and get his fill of meat into the bargain. So, wise man, how does 1500 gil sound? There's no way to not do this. Unfortunately, you have to pay him. You have to just throw the money at him. You pick it up. You'll earn that money. Bright boy, you learn fast. I called this meeting to order. Tell me, boy, heard any rumors in town? Actually, I did hear a man had picked up a bag of coins out of a barrel, so that's why we have to talk to those guys. Bags and barrels, eh? A boy would do well to bring that morsel to a man named Beasley near here. Tell him what you've heard. So yes, if you haven't, you know, spoken to that guy for whatever reason, because there's a lot of people to speak to around here. He basically tells you to go out and find some juicy morsels. Rumors, that is. And then sort of advises you on where to go next. But that's the only rumor in this whole place. So it's only really necessary to talk to those two. And this kind of leads up. This prepares you for the Archades proper. What? You telling me that you know the bloke what's taking me coin? Oh, it was him, was it? I did it. I did what you asked of me. But yeah, you basically go around and ask. You just talk to everyone, and eventually you find what you need to know. But you know it's the right thing because it highlights Bago coin in big orange letters. So yeah, not too tough to figure out. Where is Jules? Where did I leave him? Is he at the top here? No, those guards are there. Okay, I think we need to find Jules again. Wherever he's hanging around. Or maybe just go towards the Lucky Man again, I don't know. I really don't need all these knots of rust. Oh, here he is. You told him just as I told you? Good boy. Not sure what any of this has to do with going up in the world. Oh, witness the power of knowledge, my boy. See? It begins. Some kind of ruckus breaking out. Now's our chance. Thanks, Jules. It only cost us 1,500 gil. Never thought you'd go for such a meager price. A pirate should know that words are worth gil uncountable. Here's some words for you. The prodigal Bonanza's son. Sons come back to the imperial roost, see? Words of much value, these. Bah to your words.
You're gaping like a fish out of water.
I'm just checking out the city. Even if it is the Empire.
You've changed, Vaughn. You were always marching to your own beat. Almost like you were impatient, even. In a good way.
Maybe it's because I've seen more now. Never imagined I'd ever come this far away from home. Hey, Lars is here in the city, isn't he? He's a tough one. I wonder how he's doing.
You always were a soft touch, Vaughn. You know what's amazing? I always thought I'd go my whole life without meeting people like the Princess or Lord Larsa. And here we are in the capital.
I know. It's a little over my head sometimes.
Good, Vaughn. You've come to understand the difficulties of serving royalty.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride.
That wasn't a complaint, was it, Bosch?
Right. Let's get moving.
Hey, don't change the subject.
Right.
Ah, we're all just getting along. Isn't that great? So yeah, here we are. Capital city of Archades. Right under the Empire's nose. Unfortunately, nobody in the Empire, bar a few select individuals right at the top, have any idea what any of us look like. So we can just stroll around and not be bothered. We go our separate ways here, Vaughn. I have some business to attend to. We'll meet again later. What? It's not as bad as it seems. He's still here. He's still clearly here. And he doesn't leave. None of the main party members leave permanently. They're not like guests. They're not like those whimsical guests who just bugger off whenever they want. But yes, here we are in the capital city. It's pretty grand. There's only one thing I have against this this capital city. Also, the flying vehicles are pretty impressive, actually, now that I look at them. There's only one thing I have against this, is that, you know, you start the game in Rabanasta, which, although you're meant to be some lowly street urchin, running around Rabanasta, I mean, it's, you know, it's a royal city. It's got its own royal family. It's pretty elegant. It's you know, there's a lot of splendor. The architecture there is pretty fancy, you know? So you don't really arrive at the Imperial City and go, whoa, I've never seen anything like this before. It's actually kind of similar to Rabanasta. It's just a different shade of brown. You know? So it's not quite like, oh, there's no other place like this in the whole game. Which is a bit of a shame, because I kind of want Archades to be unique in that sense, but it sort of isn't. And it's not even like you can get the best stuff here. You just get the stuff that's appropriate to, you know, our level and where we are in the game right now. So, you know, there's other towns we'll find which with better items, better shops, you know. So that's the only thing I would have against it. But it's still nice to be here, and the music is great. I like that. I like this sort of Arcadia theme, Arcades theme, even. Magic Proprietor. So let's see what he's got. There's some good magic here. Again, we don't really use a lot of it. Confuse. I mean, the guide says to buy Thundaga, but is that just because? Well, I don't even know why that would be. Let's get it anyway. We have so much money. We have so much money. But I do want to explore and find... Actually, where is the map for this place? I don't even know. Somebody be selling it. But I want to find the weapon shop. And then I want to find... What else do I want to find? Guess the armor shop. And just buy a couple of things. I mean, there's no real reason for me to cut this out either, which I was considering doing. May as well just wander around and explore for a little bit, which we haven't done for a long time. We haven't been around civilization for a long time. Feels like forever. Wow, we still don't need any of these. Oh well. I don't know how these people make any money. I'm the chop master. Oh, I'm just passing through. I don't want to know about chops just yet. We'll get to that. We'll get to that soon enough. Alright, let's have a look. So we can go down, or we can go down further on. Right, well, let's go down. Look at this, more entertainment. Archades has it all. But yeah, this place kind of runs on information, which is kind of what the last little section was all about. So this is weapons and armor, so that'll do nicely. That'll save me a trip, having 2 stores in one. Wish there was more like this. How many steps have we done? 161,749 steps. That's pretty great. Did I just do 4 steps in like 1 second there? How is it calculating these? My god. Alright, weapons. Let's have a look. Might you tempt me with some armaments? You may just... A rune blade. Oh, see, that is the kind of damage we want to be looking at. Oh, look at these prices, though. The penetrator crossbow. Is that a weapon, or is that something else? Diamond sword. Goodness me. I bet a dagger on hit slow. Oh, that's good. That's really good. A katana on hit poison. Hey. Don't really need the bow. It's interesting that this is called the burning bow. It doesn't actually do fire damage. Which you think that would be, you know, baked in there. But no. There's that gun we already have. No, not a massive amount, but there's some good stuff there. What about armor? Looking for protectives? It's not the way I'd phrase it, but yeah. Platinum armor, that's what we need, really. Bosch specifically. Adamant hat and adamant vest. We can actually find those back in. I think it's the Fon Coast. You can find both of those. But that's a bit far away to kind of go all the way back now. Gaia hat. We probably don't need to upgrade Penello's or Ash's armor, I don't think. So I kind of need 3 sets of that. It's a bit of a shame that I've got 3 characters rocking it, really. I don't know whether to switch up Fran's armor and get her using magic a little bit more, and then switch Ash's armor to heavy armor. So then you got Van and Balthier on light armor, Fran and Penello on magic armor, and then, or mystic armor rather, and then you got Bosch and Ash on heavy armor. I think that sounds about right. I think it might take a bit of planning. That I might have to cut out because I'm confusing myself talking about all this stuff. All right, I'll worry about that in a sec. Wow, that's a blade that I really want. Is that for sale? Who is meant to wield that? Nobody who can fit in this store can buy that, really. Some lovely armor sets as well. It's still a shame that you can't change, like the armor isn't reflected on your character model. That's one of the big things about getting armor in games, is wearing it. Hello, cab guide. Only those with 3 or more chops may ride this cab, boy. Nothing personal, I assure you. I like to think everyone speaks slightly posh around here. If you lack a chop, you pay coin. That's 1,000,000 gil, thank you. What? That's crazy. Having a spot of trouble, are we? Oh, it's you. I have a message from Master Balthier. He's waiting in Central. He says to come quickly. But we need a chop. What is a chop anyway? Just when a boy wants information, that's right. A boy pays. 2,500 gil. Oh, so here we go. You thought it was 1,500, but there's always extra charges. Read that fine print. Yeah, take your blood money. Why, any upstanding citizen of the Empire carries a chop. It's a mark of status sometimes, a writ of transit others. If you were aiming to go to Central, where the gentry live, I think you need 3 chops. How do you get them? Like I've said, the key is knowledge, boy. You do your part here on the street, talk to the right people, you'll earn your chops in no time. That doesn't sound so bad. Oh, people in Archades love doing good deeds. Why, if they're helping you out, it must mean they're superior. Understand, boy? I don't, but thank you. A friend of Master Balthier is a friend of mine. That was a bit of a weird lingering shot there. Don't know whether he's flirting with Fran, or Fran's suspicious of him, or a bit of both. I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, this is a sort of little mini-game, I guess. Is find the chops, which is basically just trade bits of information with people. It's not difficult, but it can be very frustrating because you can only, let's say, carry one piece of information at any one time. So if we just start talking to people, we might get an idea of what we're talking about here. Faded Star. They all have names once you start talking to them. Terribly sorry, darling, but I've given up the stage. No more autographs. Very well, you must shake your hand if you must. Shake my hand if you must. Sorry, I got confused there about what we were shaking. Oh, you didn't want to... Pardon me, I assumed I was an actress, you see, quite famous in my day. I mistook you for an enthusiast. My apologies. Determined researcher. I heeded my father's wishes and became a researcher at a laboratory, but my colleague's behavior has proven to be rather odd. I've thought on this a great deal and I've decided it's time to leave, yet my father was so happy I haven't had the heart to tell him. Truth be told, our research project finished just the other day. It was quite a breakthrough. My father worked on it for tens of years. All those years without progress, then I join him within months it's done and I still want to leave? How will I explain this? So you can commit, yeah, you can commit that piece of information, and then you've got to find the other person who that piece of information might be valuable to. Ex-researcher. See, this lines up, maybe, with what we're talking about. For many years, I researched but one thing, and when I retired, my daughter agreed to continue my work. How happy she made me. But the research, it knows no end. Someday, I hope to see my daughter marry, bear children, but still, this great work will not be done. Yet it is not in vain, no. Even though the pace may be slow, progress is being made. Such is the many splendid thing that is scientific inquiry. Let's relate the tale of its time to leave. What's this? My daughter? No, surely not. My daughter would never say such things. A case of mistaken identity, perhaps. What? The research complete? How many years did I toil finding nothing? Ho ho. That's my girl. Well, if she's finished her work, why stay any longer? Boy, a chop for bringing me this news. There we go, that was actually quite lucky. I didn't realise that... I didn't realise it would be that easy. So yeah, if we find a story that might be of interest to that Faded Star, then we can bring that back to her. Fortunately, I think that the stories themselves are sort of enclosed in these areas. So if you pick up a story in an area, then the person it corresponds to is also in that area, I think. The enterprise at which I'm employed has fallen on hard times. This month they halved my wages. Halved, and things were going so well. I might tell my wife. I don't have the courage to face her. I can't go home like this. No, I'm not going to commit that until I know who I'm talking to. Athletic woman. I may not look it, but I'm quite athletic, you know. My family boasts a grand line of gamesmen, known for our skill at work as well as the games. That said, my brother is overly fond of dusty old tomes. Spends most of his time with his nose in one. Why? Do you know what he told me? He said, good sister, on the morrow I shall go to the That's not what he said. I shall go to the laboratory, is what he said, and become a researcher. He'll become as stiff and sedentary as a researcher. I don't know what you're talking about, lady. It's of no interest to me. Materialistic woman. I yearn for new jewelry. My goodness. Everybody's got something to say around here. Oh, I get enough chops. I'm not the only one looking for chops, at least. Have you seen those chaps running pell-mell about the city? Newcomers are always this way, working up a sweat as they claw their way up the ladder. You look to be much in the same situation as was I long ago. Never fear, you'll get there as I have. So I guess you trade enough information, and you become, you know, worth something in this city. Oh, that's the same guy. Who else we got? I've recently begun work at a laboratory. 'Tis like heaven for me. Plenty to read and no one telling me how to do otherwise. Why, the laboratory library is the envy of every great student in the academy. There's no greater store of obscure texts anywhere in Evilise. So does that relate to this woman over here? The athletic woman? Everybody moves around a lot. Commit this tale to memory. A grand line of gamesmen. So if I talk to this guy over here, is that going to trigger anything? I mean, you can trial and error this. Oh, where did he go? Is this him? Yeah. You can trial and error this and just talk to everybody and eventually you'll remember. Relate the the tail. My sister seems overly concerned with my health. She should know I get proper exercise at least an hour daily in the games room at the laboratory. Unusual for a lab man, I know. I suppose it's in the blood, but sport, or rather, the exercise involved, is a subject of my research. You see, I'm jolly interested in how the body's energy might be regulated to lend strength to those muscles most taxed by a given action. That's a good pursuit. Thank you for your kindness and relaying my dear sister's concern. Here, this should serve you in good stead during your time in Archades. The only thing I find strange about this is that often these people are like 10 feet away from each other and could probably overhear the conversation that I'm having. So I don't know why they I don't know why they really need me to relay the information. Working up a sweat. Yeah, much in the same situation. Maybe I talk to this guy running around and, you know, give him some encouraging words. I don't even know where he just went. Was it him? No, it's the avid reader. Everybody knows each other in this place. That's Jules. Screw you, just watching me do all this. Researcher, athletic woman. Does he run all the way down here? That can't be right. Ex-researcher, gentry, determined. No, he's got to be back up here somewhere. Where on earth did he go? Oh, there he is. I'll relay the tale. What's that? You went for some bloke who was in my shoes and now he's made something of himself. It's good to hear. I'll get there someday. You look like a newcomer yourself. Ain't got many chops, I bet. I know how it is. Look, I ain't got many myself. But up here, you gotta look out for each other. I can't even read this. So you can have one of my chops and I'll see you at the top. There we go. We got 3. You are now free to ride the cab. Now, there's loads more. There's loads in this area, and let's just check out the area we've not been to. And if you collect them all, you get access to the sort of the upper echelons of this Archades area. There are some areas that are barred off from you if you don't have enough. All optional, of course, and all relating to kind of side quests and whatnot. I don't think there'd be any new gambits. Pretty sure that when we bought them all, but I'll just check. No, we did, because I've seen the menu. There's not even any spaces left. We'll just check items and just top ourselves off with a few. If we need them. Seem to be coming in handy more and more. Hey, Granch. That's not the most attractive name, but I'm sure you didn't give it to yourself, so. Bacchus wine, we almost certainly don't need any of those. So let's just buy 5. Couple of remedies. Top those off to 15, top that off to 15, 10, 10. Can't have these pesky odd numbers, or even numbers that aren't multiples of 10, or 5. 5s are fine. 5 I'm okay with. 36. It's just not good enough, is it? And you know, the other advantage to doing it this way... X potions are too expensive, so I can't be bothered, but... the other advantage to doing it this way is that you always end up with more, you know? Eventually you build up to 99. How much does it cost to get up to 99? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. I'm not that eager to do it, I don't think. The chops are not for sale. But do count as loot for some reason. Anywho. Moving on. And there's not too much down here, but there is obviously the aerodrome as well. Can we even go in? I think we can, but can we fly to other areas? It would feel awful strange to fly back to Rabanastre suddenly, you know? No, there is no one at these desks. This aerodrome is obviously only for private customers at the moment. But no, I guess that's a way of making it so you can't just immediately fly back, because that would be a little not sequence breaking, but it wouldn't quite fit in with this whole big epic journey we're on, would it, if I could just fly back? Anywho, seeing as there is a save crystal right here, and we're up to about half an hour, I think, I am going to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Final Fantasy XII. Not much action, but honestly, I could have... I welcome the break. I welcome this more relaxing episode. But yeah, next episode, guys, we'll get on that cab, we'll go to Central Arcades, and we'll see what's waiting for us. So yeah, have a great day, and I will see you next time. See you later.